Did you know that 1 in 5 businesses fail in their first year of being in business? And nearly 50% of all businesses fail within the first 5 years. So, statistically speaking, you got a 50-50 shot of even making this 5 years. That's doesn't sound like great odds, but I think people are simply quitting too early, and not because they couldn't make it, not because they weren't good enough, but because they don't understand how to truly build those skills. And in leathercraft, same thing. I don't know the exact statistics, but I know people are quitting way too early, feeling like I'm not good enough. They see other people as, oh, they're just talented, or other businesses as, oh, they're better at it than me. Oh, they happen to have a following. Oh, this or that. They put it on these big things they label as success. They have this thing that I don't have. But success isn't talent. It's not this thing that some people have and some people don't. And what success truly is simply stacking skills. Now, success is going to look different to different people, right? It's going to look different for all of us, and that's okay. It should. We all have our own circumstances that we see success differently, right? Different family situations, different time in life. That's fine. But regardless of what that success actually looks like to you, it comes down to a stacking of those skills. I mean, let's look at it as basic as the leathercraft itself, right? If you're going to be building a product, you don't just learn how to make a wallet, and now I know how to make a wallet. No, there's certain skills you have to stack along the way. One, you had to learn what leather to make it out of, right? That's a skill in itself, doing leather selection. Then you had to learn how to cut leather out. From there, we need to learn how to put pieces together. How do you adhere leather together? How do we stitch leather? Finishing those edges, right? There's lots of these skills that stack. Now, once you have a certain skill, once you understand and truly master a skill of like cutting leather, well, that same skill will apply when you're building that wallet, or if you're building a purse, or if you're building a saddle, right? There's all these different things that those skills apply to, but we have to learn the individual skills first. You're not going to just jump in day one to building a saddle and think, man, I'm just not good at this. Well, no, you have to get good at all the little things along the way. And the same thing in running a business, there's skills along the way. And it's a whole different skill set than the craft itself, right? So just as you're building these skills in the craft and you have to learn along the way, we got to do the same thing with business. And it's not that people don't have the talent or I can't do this. It's that we're getting things out of order, right? If you decide, okay, I'm going to get into leathercraft and then I'm going to sell all my stuff. Well, we need to back up, get the product dialed in first, right? First, we have to build on that. And that comes from its own set of skills, just like we talked about. Whatever it is you're building has those set of skills. Cutting the leather, I'm patterning this off, I'm stitching it together, I'm finishing edges. All of those skills stack up to create the product itself, and you can refine those skills to help refine your product. Then we have efficiency skills, right? Now we can start creating this product more efficiently, getting our time down in it. Then once you get to where, okay, now we're going to start selling this, building a business out of this, it's not just jump to having a successful business, right? We have to work on all the different pieces of it. So the product one, what is it that I'm selling? Now we start talking about, okay, pricing. Pricing is a skill set in itself. There's lots of different factors to come into price, and there's a whole new language you have to almost kind of learn when you're talking about different gross costs and margins and profits and percentages and all these different pieces to it. What is a markup versus a margin? And it's not that it's some magical thing that some people just possess and other people don't. It's skills that you stack and learn along the way. We start with basic skills and then build them up as you go. Every level you start stepping up, you're going to find that there's more skills we need to learn. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned in business along the way is how much still I have to learn, right? Every time you think, I'm getting this just about figured out, there's something else to learn. There's a next level. If you're continuing to grow, there's going to be new skills that we're going to stack on there. But that's the idea, right? Whatever success looks like, it needs to be measured, but it can be measured the same regardless of what your success looks like. I think success can truly be measured by progress. It's not a destination. Success is just a marking point. It's a place to get you navigating in the right direction. That's the direction you're headed, is whatever this success model looks like for you. But I don't think that it's an ending spot, right? You're either growing or you're declining. We're never just staying steady, staying even. So if you have aspirations to get to whatever success looks like for you, whether that's different financial freedom levels, whether it's just the skill set to be at the top of an industry. I don't know what it looks like for you, but whatever that is, that's just the navigation point. And on the way there, we're going to measure that by progress. Are you getting closer in that direction? Hopefully that direction continues to move, continues to creep away from you as you move towards it. That's what's going to give you that motivation to continue to go. But we need to give yourself credit for the progress that you're making, and looking at all these little skills that you're stacking. Each one of those is progress along the way. So when you're learning to tool leather and you first figured out, hey, I need to tool on veg tan leather, not chrome tan. Great. You learned what those two types of leather were, and you've learned the skill of how to select that leather. There's a skill you can build on. Then you start learning how to transfer a pattern. Now we start learning how to run a swivel knife. The better we run one, the easier the next tool is going to be. The better you get at each business skill, the easier the next one's going to be, right? It's a better foundation to build on. But we have to measure that by progress along the way. Each of these skills, give yourself credit that you're working on it, building towards it. As you're looking towards that goal and we're reaching for where that is, what's the next roadblock? What's stopping me? What's the hiccup? What's the friction? Those things that seem like big hurdles are just going to lead you toward what skill needs to be refined. What new skill do we need to work on? What new skill do I need to learn? What is it that's going to help get me past this, right? There's going to be more along the way, but how do we get past this one? And if we find that skill and don't just learn it just enough to get past that hurdle, but the better we can refine that, the better you can get at that one skill, the better foundation you have to move on to your next ones. We have a large base at the bottom of these foundational skills. And the better you are at them, the easier it's going to be to grow higher. If you take your base foundation skills and just get barely proficient at them, it's going to be hard to grow very tall with that same with that same business or with that same skill set, that same skill stacking, right? I'm tooling. If I just kind of know what a swivel knife is and how to make it make a mark in leather, okay, now I can move on to beveling, but my beveling is going to be way harder to learn, and I can't get very good at it unless I have a really good cut in my leather to start with. So we have to get that dialed in. Same thing when you look at your business. Think about those skills stacking and the order that they're stacking in as well. It doesn't do any good to line up and go to a ton of markets trying to sell your stuff if we don't have the product dialed in first. What's that product line? Do I have a good quality product out there that people are going to want to buy, right? Once you have that skill dialed in, now we can start looking at the pricing, then the marketing, right? If you get things out of order, that's when you start hurting within the business. And that's where I think we run into those problems where we have so many people failing in business as opposed to succeeding, because not that we're doing necessarily the wrong things, but maybe in the wrong order. We're not building the skills in the order that we need to. If you just work on your marketing and your selling and push things out there, and you have a high demand on, boy, you're running lots of these products through here, and man, it feels like the business is failing. Maybe we didn't build that pricing skill and we don't have the margins in there. I've talked to people who've actually lost money on products for quite some time before they realized that their price, they didn't learn how to price that properly. Now we're losing money every transaction. That's why it feels like, man, the more I do, the further behind I get. It is. Not because of lack of effort, because of lack of order in your effort. So, very important to remember that success that you're looking for, the success that you're reaching for, isn't some magical talent that you either possess or don't possess. It's a stack of skills that you can intentionally put in place to get you where you want to go. If you're actually serious about really pushing forward on a craft business and want help moving that forward, I'll drop a link in here for you to check out the Craft a Strong Business webinar. There'll be a link, follow that. Find the next one that we have going on where we just really talk intentional about the business skills, how we're stacking those, the order that we're stacking those to build a strong craft business in itself. But if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes where I'm either talking myself or meeting with other business owners and talking about how they've gone through their different pivots, their different trials, and the perseverance that it's taken to get to where they want to go. So appreciate you guys being along for the journey. Can't wait to see you on the next episode.